Still September 30th. It's just 10 a.m. Slept in because I didn't really sleep very well. Excuse the hair. I was in the middle of curling my hair. And I got the pull to meditate. I was thinking and just reflecting, one, on that dream. On the dream. And yeah, and I was thinking about this fire sign, but I'm gonna go to the waves before I forget. So this is what my hair looks like when I'm getting ready to curl it. But I wanted to meditate because when I was waking up, I was seeing a little bit of it. I was like, okay, let me meditate, but I was trying to get ready at the same time. But anyways, so I was meditating, and purple, the movement. So the movement started with the right side, and it was the right, and it was like rounded tops. So it was like up, and then it was, so it was one side, and then the middle side. The nubbin came back. Whereas one side, and then the nubbin, and the nubbin was smaller. Like you could tell it was smaller than the side ones, and then the nubbin. So that happened for a while. The nubbin, and then it separated to where it was just like this, the two sides, but it was like it wasn't flames, but it was, the top part wasn't round anymore. It was very much like it was squirting out, maybe. Like just very yeah, very like squirting, not squirting, but just like open, if you will. Like the top parts were open. It wasn't a smooth round thing anymore, like when the nubbin came out. So it was clear, like there was the two sides, and then it stopped, and then it was more of like, there was no movement on this side, and then it was more of the movement on this side, on the future, if you will. So my right side, and it was like it was more on this side, and it would kind of push from the center. It wasn't clear like the other times where it was like this. No, this was like it was just like that, and then it switched to the other side where it was more like, and it started from the center. The push was more like this. And then the nubbin, separation, sides. There's one more. What was it? There was one more. I think they went back. I guess the last one that I remember is, and I don't know if there was one before that, but they were both going at the same time. But this one was stronger. The right side was stronger because it was darker and there was more. It seemed more pronounced with the movement. They were both doing it at the same time, but this was lighter in color and this was darker in color, and it just seemed like it just felt stronger. That's all the feeling. It just felt stronger. So that's what I saw. So yeah. So I so after I took a shower, I kept thinking about that dream and the location of the dream and just how it was set up. This clearance, this clearing of people. And I was with both groups of people. I was with the people. There was fear. There was a lot of fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of not knowing what was happening. There was a lot of fear and chaos and just not knowing That's the feeling that I got from that situation. And I was with them. And then I was also with the other group of people who were, there was like a separation almost. They were in a different place. And they were all bundled up together. Like it felt nice. It felt safe. It felt, and these were all people who were helping. They were all helpers of some type. And they were all helpers of some type. Different types of helpers. And some faces were familiar. And some faces were new. For me. And then there was this point where there's this entry. There was this point of entry from one place to another. But not a lot of people were going through it. Like it was there. It was there. On both parts. So when I was on this side, like I saw the entry point. And then when I was in the area of chaos, it also was there, but it wasn't being used. It wasn't being used. Yeah. So I was just thinking about that dream. And the fear, and realizing, I was like, I was in both places. I was in both places. And I felt the fear. And the funny thing is that I don't know if it was my fear. I don't think it was my fear. It was more the fear of the people around me. Because this outside influence seemed familiar to me. So I was trying to figure out, like, is it my fear? But then I'm like, there was this almost inner knowing of what was happening, really. Yeah. So I was thinking about that. I was just sitting with that a little bit more. Like the emotional part. And then I was thinking about this fire sign. This new fire sign. I'm thinking, how do I respond? How do I respond back? How do I respond back? Should I respond back? And then there's part of me I was just thinking, I'm like, if it is a lesson, because I was thinking about that too. How my sister-in-law, as she was saying it, I was thinking it. I'm like, oh, it's another lesson. This was on the wrong hand. It's like another lesson. And so I'm like, fine, like, then wondering, then having other questions that came up about this person. I'm like, is that really the type of person that I want to be with? Right? I value transparency, and I value, and I know now, right? I'm not supposed to be made to wait. You either see it or you don't, right? You either feel it or you don't. This 40-year-old girl is done waiting. It's done waiting. But I see it too. So it's that same concept, right? Just because someone sees it in me doesn't mean that necessarily I'm going to say yes. It's got to fit for me too. So, and it's about being transparent, right? And not taking offense that someone is saying no to you, right? Like, clearly, you saw my cries. That feeling of rejection. It's 10:10. I gotta get going. But yeah, just like, some people are a match and some people aren't. And I know my worth now, so it's a lot easier for me to walk away if I need to. Doesn't mean I love you any less, just means, Maybe in another lifetime. All right, that's all I wanted to say. I was just thinking about the dream as I was getting ready to do my hair after showering, and then I got the pull to like meditate. And oh, Christina Lopes came up with this really good video about meditation, actually, and because I was thinking about it too. Like, I was thinking about, you know, I'm still chewing on whether or not I should join a sangha, like the Buddhist community. And there's still a part of me that's just like, do I really want to? Do I really need to? And wondering, right? Like, also, I signed up for the meditation center's like email newsletter, and then I get emails when they're doing certain stuff and meditation, and it just, then I thought about it. I'm like, well, what would be the purpose of me meditating, right? Like engaging in all of that to seek a sense of peace, but I already feel it, you know, with how I'm living my life. Like, I don't. So in essence, I'm not seeking peace because I already feel it. I mean, when I mentioned it to Gary, I was just like, you know, it'd be nice to have like a place to belong to, right? Like a place of like-minded people. But I'm conflicted because there's still this strong duality of how we view the world, right? I mean, I still see the world sometimes in that way, right? I'm not gonna make myself all like I don't see the world in that way. I still do, right? But I'm being more aware of when I do. But I don't know, it just... So anyways, so why is that important? Because Christina Lopes came out with a video and I was listening to it, and I didn't listen to it because I fell asleep. But it was a real... I'm gonna put the link to that one here because it was a really good... What I was hearing, it's titled let's see if it pops up because my internet is a hit or miss. How do I stay on track in my awakening? So I'm gonna include that link. And she talks about how oftentimes it's not the meditative practice, and people think like, you know, if I'm doing this all the time, then I feel a sense of peace, right? And maybe that's so true for them, right? But she makes a good comment about that it doesn't necessarily need to be a part of your daily... I don't want to... I need to listen to it again. I need to listen to it again because I was a little hung up on that a little bit. Just, I need to make time. But you know, sometimes I do it, but then I don't see waves, and then other times I'm like a little more anxious. I'm like, I really need to do all this other stuff, right? That makes me feel good, like in that moment. Not that it doesn't make me feel good, but so anyways, she makes a point that helped me feel a little bit better about like how I'm seeing my own situation, right? And so anyways, I'll just include it because it's 10:14 and I still need to finish listening to it. So yeah. So I think I'll just do that instead. Meditation music. All right. Take care. Bye. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node. design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best. And